Well, I got that funny feeling again. Yeah, I got that funny feeling in my soul. Oh, my brother reads philosophy and I play rock and roll, but I still get these funny feelings in my soul. But I'm never sure exactly what they mean. Yeah, my truth will all be played by tambourine, and the horse scream all my weaknesses. My hopes hide in the strings, and I hope to God you might know what that means. But honey, you couldn't make me good again. Honey, you couldn't make me whole again. And when I'm broken and bent, could you take me on the mend and lay me down in your bed like freshly laundered linen? But it's easier sometimes to up and go and never have to answer to a soul. But it leaves me worn and weary, yeah, it leaves me cold alone. Still sometimes I find it's best to up and go, 'cause adventure is the only call I hear. Yeah, I'm anxious till I reach the great frontier. But it's a million miles from Nashville and it's a lifetime away from here. But maybe love could be that final great frontier. And maybe you could make me good again. Honey, you could make me whole again. And when I'm broken and bent, could you take me on the mend and lay me down in your bed like freshly laundered linen? Well, I can see the sun each time you smile. I swear the sun peeks out a little when you smile. 'Cause when you hate me like a woman, you still love me like a child. And I can see it each and every time you smile. And honey, you could make me whole again. Honey, you could make me good again. And when I'm broken and bent, could you take me home again and lay me down in your bed like freshly laundered linen? As a young man I lived deep inside a forest with a wooden heart to help me bide my time. You've heard stories like it a million times before this, but this is mine, this is mine. It's about a time a man had felt he'd finally met his match. She had lost her way while dancing in the shade, and she told him if he'd carve her name into his wooden heart, she would stay, stay. But I lived inside a wooden heart. I couldn't see the forest for the trees. But if I would come down for anyone, it was she, it was she, it was she. So the shadow dancer made her proposition, and my wooden heart was still and petrified. I had lived alone for so long in that forest that I could not bear to share it with a bride, So I sent that girl away, and all I gave her was a lie. I said everything worthwhile would come in time. And since she's gone away, I swear I've never felt so alone, living in a wooden heart inside my mind. But I lived inside a wooden heart. I couldn't see the forest for the trees. But if I would come down for anyone, it was she, it was she, it was she. For years I wandered nights inside the forest, crying as her name would echo from the trees. Though years have passed since last I left the forest, I can hear her dance in every shadow that I see. These days are hard, and digging up plants for the yard, and finding your face in the cards. And these days we're kicking the tires and smoking outside by the fire. But you are my depth of desire. 'Cause I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, where the streets without street lights are black, where all night the trains, they will roar like no lion that you've heard before. Yes, in these days you're nothing but blame. You're selling yourself with your name, a last glimpse of fortune and fame. Oh yeah, in these days you think that it's me that you want. I'm just everything that you're not, but you can still live in my heart. 'Cause I'm from the wrong side of the tracks, where the streets without street lights are black, where all night the trains, they will roar like no lion that you've heard before. Yes, and you're from the right side of the tracks, where I love and you don't love me back.